one. Jordan, welcome to the show, Jordan. So let's start this off right. Number one, you're Palestinian.
Yeah, not like fully, clearly, but
Okay, so let's get into Jewish blood libel.
is this a trap? Are you a federal agent?
I need to know what Jewish blood libel is. Hold on. I'm Googling
Uh,
Jewish blood libel.
I think it's like they're allowed to kill you if you talk shit about them or something like that.
Well, they should be, but I don't think that's what Jewish blood libel is. I don't know. I heard Candace Owens talking about it. Blood libel were false allegations that Jews used the blood of non-Jewish children in rituals.
Surely that's real.
Palestinian children.
Yeah, they were they were spreading rumors, and that's what started the whole conflict.
Oh shit. 2,000-year-old rumors?
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay. Next, I wanted to ask your opinion on human animal hybrids.
It depends on the animal.
Pig,
Uh,
hog.
hmm. I don't know. Pigs can't look up, and but they also don't sweat.
What about turkeys? Turkeys will stare up in a rainstorm until they drown.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. If we did get pig animal human hybrids, do you think every house would have a mud bath in it?
Maybe.
Would you have a mud bath?
I'd
Or would
try
you have a, or would you take mud showers?
I would try to keep it outside.
I think there'd be a mud room in every house.
Well, no, I mean with the dire wolves thing that came out, the people that cloned the dire wolves, and really it like when I heard the podcast about it, they were saying that they didn't really clone them, they like spliced the DNA with gray wolf. So I'm thinking if they did that, my mind
Mhm.
goes to what is going on in like the research ships off the shore of China, where they're trying to do something like that.
I swear to God, I remember seeing like some kind of conspiracy story like years ago that was quite literally about like Chinese fucking ships doing like pig human hybrids. That's
I mean, I'm
we
sure Alex Jones was talking about that like 5 years ago on Rogan.
yeah.
But my thing is, if they wanted to, if they had the power to, and this is where it got crazy for me. I was like, well, I mean, wouldn't they like maybe they try to escape or something? I'm like, that's why you have them in the ocean. Because what, they're gonna run off the boat and die or get
Yeah.
caught by something?
What if it came out that like the only reason that they were like investigating this is to find cheaper means of like giving someone, like rhino horns so they didn't have to kill off all the rhinos to make dick pills.
We're we're splicing Mongolian bait with rhino.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah, we've given this Uyghur tiger bones.
oh, I was thinking a Uyghur elephant, so it can work for you,
Yeah, I mean the possibilities are truly endless
literally.
with our glorious leader Xi Jinping at the helm.
Hey, I hate Xi Jinping, but I do not appreciate his lack of comedy, his comedic sense.
Yeah, I've been getting these posts in my reels on Instagram that's just like a schizophrenic edit of like memes and like CCP stuff, but it's all for like promoting like a Ukrainian jump style dancing.
The fuck is it?
And it looks like some shit that like we would have seen in like high school or something. It's like fucking shuffling or some dumb, like rave
Like the
dance. And yeah, it's just let's see if we can find it. Uh
oh yeah, you could share your
Jump
screen.
style. Yeah, but anyway, it always cuts Xi Jinping in there going, "What's up, Beijing?" And I've had that stuck in my head for several days now.
You remember or have you seen Yilong Meta? It's that Asian guy who uses like AI to like he kind of looks like Elon already, but he uses AI to look exactly like Elon. I'm
Oh yeah, I've seen that
it's
guy.
Elon Ma.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that guy. I think there's a Trump guy too. It's more recent. But
He's
yeah, that
just saw the Trump guy like 2 days ago. I did not believe that. He was in Chongqing.
do you think Elon Musk is hitting tough times with his shtick right now?
Yeah, he had to hide. He hasn't posted much, honestly, now that you bring it up. I haven't seen him in a few
Yeah.
months.
I swear. I'm not South African.
He dyed his hair blonde, took the AI off. I'm Jackie Chan.
Yeah, something like that.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay,
and the
I had something else on here. Oh yes, this bullet point literally says Chinese people being $1,200 and pick upable from Oakland Marina.
hmm,
So,
$1,200.
for ref
That's not a bad deal.
for reference, one of our mutual contacts told me that he he was with Zinc, our friend Zinc, and Zinc had the dark web open, and there was a section of like where you could purchase humans on this like website.
Yeah,
Apparently, this friend was like, well, I wanted to see what it was talking about. And so I clicked and it said Chinese national, $1,200. And you pick them up in Oakland at the marina.
interesting. Yeah, because I've been grinding. Like I've been living on a classic WoW for a minute now, fucking trying to get a high warlord, and it takes a lot of AV games. So now I'm kind of thinking instead of buying the Steam Deck I bought earlier, I could have just bought a Chinese man to play WoW for me
For
while I'm
that
at work.
price, yeah. You what? Just double the price of a Steam Deck and you've got a full-time Steam Deck.
Yeah, and then he could make me like wontons or something in the middle of the queues,
You can make shoes.
and he could yell at Logan in Mandarin.
Are you gross?
Yeah.
Wash ass. Ooh, I wanted to know spaghetti or ravioli?
Ooh, no. I thought we were starting things off with, tough questions with the Palestine thing, but now we're getting into really deep waters here.
Start with a closer and I get more progressively closing.
Yeah, right now I'd probably go ravioli.
Why?
Um, it feels like spaghetti, is only good if you're kind of like making it yourself. If I was to like DoorDash one of the two right now, I feel like ravioli like holds up more.
No, yeah, 100%. If it has to take at least a 5 minute ride in a car from a place, even, there's no way I'm getting spaghetti.
Yeah.
Spaghetti, the sauce, I mean, yeah, even if you get separate sauce, what, then I'm gonna have to boil noodles again? At that point, I might as well buy my own Chinese person.
Yeah. He can make the noodles.
He can make them fresh
Yeah.
or pick them up at least.
Hmm. What else could you do with a Chinese person?
Um, Start a zoo.
Of Chinese people?
No, they'd be the main. I mean, really anything. Scott, what could you do with an autonomous robot, intelligent, a fully intelligent, capable robot? Probably similar things.
Yeah. I think. Hmm. Yeah, I'd probably just have him yell at people in Mandarin. Like if the neighbors are being too noisy past like 10 p.m., I'd just send the Chinese guy over there.
I, I think if I yell at them in English, they might understand and actually
Yeah.
stop yelling.
Hmm.
No, you need to yell in Mandarin,
You
please.
need to go give them the heavenly mandate.
Hong Li, this is not a fuck game.
That's what I'm talking about.
Good. So,
Did they have anyone else that you could pick up at the marina, or was it just the Chinese?
well, I think they had I'm sure there was an assortment of flavors,
Mm,
but I was only informed about the price of a Chinese because I mean,
yeah. It's probably the best bang for your buck, honestly.
what are we playing around here? Am I gonna find a 5'3" El Salvadorian? No.
I could get a rickshaw and have him pull me around town. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, you could be the king then. Get a little crown on and a cape.
Yeah.
Pull up to 7-Eleven.
Start telling people I'm Xi Jinping.
Squad, too bumpy.
Yeah, he could be a knight. I
I
get him a suit of armor.
I don't know if it's still going on, but a few months ago there was like a thing where I think I don't know if it was Musk or the other way around. Zuck called Musk out. One of the two called the other one out.
Hmm.
And one second. And for some reason they were gonna fight. I forget why, but Elon basically Musk has been saying that it's not even a fair fight. He can mop the floor with him. And Zuck is like, bro, I've been doing jujitsu for like 6 years now, however long he's been doing it. He's like, but like I do this shit every day. And Elon refuses to believe that. Elon's like, I think I have over 50 pounds on him. I could sit on him. I have this move called he said this, I have this move called the walrus, where I basically just, if I can get you under me, I just like my head up and lean forward.
I don't know. Have you seen the torso on Elon?
Yes, that
That
picture.
guy, that guy could surely walrus up. I
That's
could see him doing it right now. Just, oh, fuck.
right.
I walrus too hard. I lost the headphones.
As I was doing that, I realized it actually makes a lot of sense if he could somehow manage to get Zuck underneath him, but I don't know.
Yeah. I'd like to see them in like a luchador match more than like a boxing match.
I
Like a
wrote down,
full WWE like fucking super slam between Elon Musk and Zuck, and they make like their own little like performance names and like characters or whatever.
El Guaquilan.
Yeah.
No, I had wrote down 1v1 in the Coliseum.
Yeah.
So I think they could do that. I think UFC's rented out the Coliseum and did a show in Rome.
Or
So
what if we got them to get hunted in the woods by Joe Rogan with a bow?
what if we let the Uyghurs rape Elon and Zuck at 6 hour UFC match? Who take
Oh, I don't know if we could air that on TV. Let me be real with you.
No, it'd be pay-per-view.
Hmm.
It'd have to be. It'd be like a hidden site that you gotta pay to get on.
Yeah. Do you think there would be like sports betting for that? on like steak or whatever.
Klarna or whatever that one that you could bet on the presidency at. That one
Yeah.
you can bet
I
on
saw
it.
people taking bets on the Pope. I got a like internet gambling ad on Instagram the other day
For
for
what?
like who's gonna be the next Pope. And
Oh,
it yeah,
it's either gonna be. I saw it. It's either gonna be a black guy or an Asian guy.
yeah.
I don't know if they've. I don't know if they've ever had either.
Hmm. I don't know much about popes.
Do you want fried chicken or fried rice?
What about chicken fried rice? Can we get a dual pope situation going?
All right. Now you start with this shit. We've got two choices, Jordan. We're not gonna human pig human hybrid the fucking not yet at least.
Yeah. Where's our Blasian Pope?
Where's my blade pope? I
Yeah,
want,
Blade should be the Pope.
I need Wesley Snipes in character. Where are you, Wesley? No, I saw
I
this
feel like that'd be the logical conclusion of the Blade franchise as he ascends to the papacy.
the final scene is like him just in the
Yeah.
throne with the hat
To exterminate all after he's exterminated all the fucking vampires, he becomes the Pope.
I am the eternal pope. I cannot die.
Yeah.
I saw a article yesterday, and it was that bones of gladiators that had been found from the Colosseum. They found bite marks on them, and they finally allegedly been able to prove that that they were bite marks from lions and that the gladiators actually
Mm.
fought lions.
What if they found out that it was bite marks from other gladiators?
There was a picture of it. It bit like the hips, like, and there was like a
Yeah.
scrape on the hips. So it would have
Yeah,
been
it turns out that the fucking lion was just like two guys in a lion suit.
when
You know, like one plays the legs and one plays the front.
when you make somebody gladiate a certain amount of time, they just go feral.
Yeah. Maybe they started doing that towards like the fall of the Roman Empire. They're like, we can't afford to keep shipping fucking lions in here. We're putting two gladiators in a lion costume and making them bite at each other.
It just got me thinking of what would be the biggest animal I would be willing to fight, and what would I need? Like, I'm saying if I fought, if you put me up against an elephant naked, I'm not doing anything. But if you give me
Yeah.
like a little dagger or something, I might try. If it's like a rabid
Yeah.
elephant.
You could probably get under it and like gut it maybe.
What's the biggest animal you fight?
Biggest. Um, I don't know. Let's
And what
think.
would you need as a weapon for you to actually try,
Um,
if any?
Maybe like a dog and you could give me a club. I think any larger than a dog really, and you're just like risking immediate death.
That's perfect for my second question. Then. What's the
Yeah.
tallest animal you'd fight?
Um, oh, I mean, I've been waging a war on spiders since my youth.
Well, if it's spiders,
Yeah.
it's got to be like 10 million spiders.
I think I'd rather just die and fight like the elephant or whatever than even be around 10 million spiders.
There,
Yeah.
there. Okay, another one. So, Connor, our friend, works for a company that makes lab-grown meat and lab-grown steaks. What are your takes on lab-grown steak and meat in general? What did I write?
Uh,
Hold on. I said hogs are out. Hog meat is grown in labs now. How do you feel?
I think I've talked to Connor like a little bit about like the meats he's done there, and I think they actually like get up to some more interesting things than like beef and fucking pork. I can't recall what it was, but
What the fuck?
yeah. And I think like that's the direction it should go. Like you'll never really sell people on the beef and the pork probably.
Other meat. What else? Give me an example. Think.
I don't know. I'd have to fucking like call him or something, but like I'm pretty sure he said like they were doing like tiger or something like that at one point. And I think that's the future of that. Or at least how it'll be sold to the public is like fucking we
Are
need
you saying that we could have dire wolf steak,
perhaps
mammoth steaks
or at
grilled?
least like genetically engineered wolf steaks that are bigger or something.
I want to try mammoth steak with beef.
Yeah. Yeah, we're bringing the mammoth back and we're putting it on the grill.
That guy that was on Rogan said that the he said he ate mammoth. They him and some other guy found some piece that wasn't like rotted or anything in the permafrost. They ate a mammoth steak and they made a stew and slow cooked the shit out of it with sauces and shit. And he said it still tasted like you would imagine a boiled leather shoe. Like, oh, it was so tough. Like it was like chewing through boiled leather.
Yeah, fascinating.
But like that guy said, he's like, if there's mammoth steak around, you kind of have to try it. Just
True.
story.
You need the trunk. I feel like you get a nice fillet out of the trunk.
I don't know if the trunk could last. I think it might have been just like meat close to the bones. Honestly, is the trunk all like cartilage or something? It has to be.
No, it's muscle because they move around.
Yeah, that's for sure decayed. I think it must have been something close to the bone. I don't know how. Honestly, I have no idea how permafrost and that shit works. They might be able to use anything.
Yeah,
Might have full trunks.
we gotta we gotta preserve one of the boys in permafrost. You
Or
think we could convince Calvin to be preserved in permafrost?
you could convince Calvin of anything if you had enough time, but that's just because he's a nice guy. But
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe we could take a small sample of one of the boys' DNA
Hmm.
and then we take it to this boat that's
Hmm.
offshore of the coast of China, and
All
there's
right.
researchers on there, and they can splice the DNA with hog.
Hmm.
We can have a clone, half hog, half Calvin.
You get on the Chinese boat, Connor's already working there.
Guys, it took you long enough.
I have to unveil my hog slash fox.
I'm sorry, I had to follow my true passion.
Uh,
And Calvin refused to go if I didn't bring him in this condition.
yeah.
I believe. How do you feel about Kanye dropping the news that he sucked his cousin's dick till he was 14?
That might have been the craziest shit that I've ever seen.
Hear the song?
No,
The,
no, I haven't.
the chorus is literally him singing, That's when I gave my cousin head. That's when I gave my cousin head.
Yeah. Like I listened to like Kanye in like high school and shit like that, but like I've never been like a huge Kanye guy. But I do appreciate him fucking spazzing out every like month or so.
Right. And before it was every few years, but lately it's just getting more and more ridiculous with the blow ups.
Yeah.
Black Klansman interview was insane. I watched like
Yeah.
2 hours or whatever. And in the interview before, during, he was saying, he's like, yeah, I'm afraid that somebody might be coming after me, or somebody had suggested that he like goes into a mental ward or like goes to like a place, whatever, and detoxes for like a few weeks. And apparently that's why he divorced his wife because she suggested that he might need to like get checked in somewhere. And he's like, nope, he left her and he was going to that day of the interview. He's like, Kanye said if we don't make it in time, he's gonna be gone because he's got to fly to Japan. He told me to come with him, but I'm not going to Japan for an interview right now. Although that I was like, he could have made a whole documentary, came back and sold it to Netflix.
Yeah. He's like, I'm a samurai now. That's my new thing.
And
And
these
I hate the Chinese.
my samurai hoes.
Yeah. I'm spending all of my money to bring back Emperor Hirohito.
Oh shit. We have found out that his DNA is being kept. We must secure it.
Yeah.
I am Astro Boy.
Oh man.
No, but that shit has been going crazy for the last like 2 weeks. And Dave Blunt's 700 pound, 10,000 pound rapper Dave Blunt's said that he wrote the whole song like 2 days after it came out because Dave Blunt's they spliced Kanye spliced it with one of Dave's songs, and I guess they had been seen working together. And like 2 days after, Kanye makes some tweet about how academics said if Dave Blunt's really wrote that song, da 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 da. And Dave Blunt's posts about it. He says, man, I got to write something for one of my goats. I'm just glad I get to tell my goat's story. And then in all caps at the end, he wrote, I gave my cousin hey.
God damn.
I mean,
What if he found out he was talking about like a literal goat?
yeah, that wouldn't describe or that wouldn't explain Kanye's voice on the
Mm.
song. And if they have to shoot a video where it's only Dave Blunt's and then there's a goat with like AI effects to make it look like Kanye's mouth is saying the lyrics out the goat's mouth. That'd be lit.
Interesting.
Interest.
I wonder if we could transplant Kanye's brain into a goat's body.
How about we make him half hog and half dog? I'm talking about I got hogs, dogs, chicken, turkey, rat. You
Yeah.
name
What animal would you want to be hybrided with?
a dragon,
Hmm.
a
I feel
Komodo.
like we could probably make a dragon.
I'd be a Komodo dragon. Fuck it.
Yeah, you just got like a real long lizard tongue. It's just
Well, right? I'd be the reptilians that are hiding under fucking the Amazon or wherever. I think it was like the
yeah,
tribe or some crazy uncontacted or still like native tribe was saying that like when we talked to them, like somebody talked to them about aliens, and they were like, "Oh no, we don't know about that. Like we know it like that looks like what we refer to as like the something something people, and they live underground. They've been underground since like the Ice Age or something. They're basically
yeah.
but no, I want a Komodo dragon splice because their spit is corrosive. So then I can
True.
then I could spit at my enemies. Corrosive spit.
Yeah, you could bite some like one of us on the calf and then just like stalk us for days until we drop from like sepsis.
I wouldn't even have to bite you. That's the thing. I could just spit on if my spit would land on flesh, it just like chew. Like
I
in
don't
the
think that's I don't think it's like corrosive like that. I think it's got like digestive enzymes in it, and it's got like fucked up bacteria in it.
oh, I was thinking it would be like a burn, like literally burn.
Yeah. I think you'd have to get crossed with one of those bugs that like shits acid at other bugs when they get attacked. You ever seen those things?
I would get crossed with a Sonoran desert toad, and I would shoot DMT at my enemies.
Hell yeah.
5 MO.
Would you charge?
Oh, I'd charge $5 a lick.
Yeah. You selling the bow carts?
Oh no, if I wanted to sell cars, see, then you're like a whole one man business at that point.
Yeah. You just get the cart and you like scrape it against your cheek or whatever. And,
Just the mental image of that is horrifying.
yeah.
Remaining time, we've got 7, 8 minutes left before
Mm,
this commercial break has to take place. I wish
yeah, that's
I need to make fake ads to put in between takes.
yeah. It's crazy they don't fucking give you a whole hour. That's some
Yeah,
uh that's some old bullshit. They're like, what's the average meeting time? Hour, 40 minutes is what you get for free.
if I wasn't a good-hearted Christian, I might, think twice about the fact that the owners of Zoom request for me to give them a non-Jewish child to bleed out in front of them so I could get more than 40 minutes of recording time. Blood libel.
Yeah, maybe that's what you have to do to get the bandwidth required.
Well, I mean, when you look at all these rich people and people who like aren't rich or maybe they're wealthy but get like 22 views on like super high quality long form content, I'm like, bro, who are they sacrificing to who? Because Molech
Yeah.
was not cutting it.
You ever stumble upon the like voodoo Instagram reels? I don't know if I ever sent you any of those,
Oh,
but
I'm
it's like you seen them?
I see this one guy. He's like his name is like King something, and it's like this like black guy in Africa, and he's got like this crazy ass outfit on, and he's
Yeah.
big ass store, and he's got like phones and shit around him, and he's like, oh, anything you need, if you want to spell for this, and has like a little potion with like a little tap,
Yeah.
something like that.
Uh, the ones I see it, they're like edits, right? And it's like a bunch of dudes, and they'll be like wearing like what looks like pink like clan outfits with like black crosses on them, and then it'll like cut to like some other dude in like a red robe, and then a bunch of bones, and it's got some weird music playing, and then like a guy with like 20 billion bills of some fucking other currency that it's probably like $15 or something. And
Awesome.
it and it's like this edit of all these things together with some guy in the background going like, I am willing to sacrifice all members of my family to ensure my wealth remains. And then he goes, you must never cut your hair again. You must never consume foods that contain red oil. I see like four of those a day.
But I did see a video of this guy, this YouTube vlogger, a travel vlogger, went to, I don't know where, I think he was in Africa or like somewhere in like the Caribbean, and he went to a voodoo ritual thing. Like somebody he knew out there invited him to like his family's ritual thing, bruh. They cut the head off of a goose, they bled out a goat, everybody was dancing and doing crazy shit. They were like lighting off sparks and shit. There was old ladies just like wailing in the background. It looked crazy. A lot of it they had to like cut around or like blur, and the guy would like narrate it. But afterwards, he looked like different the day after. Like he had seen
Yeah.
shit.
They put the goose's soul in him, and he's part goose now. He
I
just
just
doesn't
feel
know
like
it
it's
yet.
like if you traumatize somebody enough and a group of humans enough, change will occur. Bunch of
Fascinating.
fucked up shit that all of them witness and then they live with after, and hopefully change ensues.
Absolutely. Fucking
So, hold on. Gaza, the Riviera of the Middle East. What would
yeah.
you do with it? What are your plans for Gaza?
Dave and Buster's, Bucky's. I've never been to a Bucky's, but I like the support it gets online.
I've never been
Um,
to a Gaza either, but I hear it's beautiful.
yeah. Uh, maybe like a laser tag, hibachi grill, you know, you know, the works.
My
Yeah.
plan for Gaza,
Hmm.
Disneyland G.
Disneyland, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know if I could support a Gazan Disneyland.
Okay, how
Not
about
a Mainly just because it's Disneyland and I don't really want to go there.
how about how about Garth Brooks Gaza? We get a building and put a big cement Stetson hat on it
Yeah.
right by the water.
Do you think we could get Garth to join uh what is it?
Hamas.
Yeah. Yeah.
He could have run Hamas. He's been in Hamas.
Yeah. I wish I knew any Garth Brooks songs to do like a parody of.
I've got friends in lower places. I've
Yeah.
got
I've got friends in tunnels under hospitals.
tunnel places.
Yeah.
I've got friends in the lowest places, and they're hiding nuclear warheads.
Yeah.
Do you think Garth Brooks has killed before? Could he kill?
I mean, from every picture I've seen, no. But his alter ego, what's his alter ego? The Goth Brooks or whatever.
Yes. I forget that guy's what his name was. It's like Chris Ryan or something, and he dropped like an album under some pseudonym with makeup and shit on it.
Oh, it's Chris Gaines.
Chris,
Yeah.
that was close. It was
Yeah. Chris Gaines is in Hamas.
Chris Gaines started Hamas and funds it.
Yeah. They're
Now,
doing the
Garth Brooks versus the Zohan. Who do you think would win?
mm, I don't know.
Is
I
Garth
think I think Garth would be pro Zohan. It would probably be more of a Chris Gaines versus Zohan situation.
uh, all right, Chris Angel or Chris Gaines?
Mm.
Actually, scratch that. What's your favorite thing you've seen on our crack smokers? We've got less than 1 minute.
Oh man, it was something about uh like this guy fucking like seeing ghosts when he's on crack or something and like trying to fight them.
I love all the people asking other